50 years after the final Harry Potter book, Harry Potter is now headmaster of Hogwarts, ready to usher in a brand new generation of witches and wizards. My name's Radio Mike, and I love Harry Potter. In fact, I love Harry Potter so much that when I was a kid, I wrote a series of 7 Harry Potter fan fiction novels. This is book 3 in that series. Welcome to Harry Potter and the Cumentors from Azkaban. Live show Mora! Welcome to Harry Potter and the Boys, a fan fiction podcast by me, Radio Mike. Sam Garlep's here, and Sam, we're doing a fucking live show.
We are doing a live show.
No, a fucking live show.
A fucking live show. I think you were like, now I'm just going to subtly try and mention the live show somewhere near the top of the podcast. Very subtle inclusion in the intro there.
Tickets are selling fast. Radiomike.com.au/tickets. There's a link in my Insta bio as well. They're pretty cheap. Same venue as last time, 7 p.m. Cooper's Inn in Melbourne.
Hell yeah.
We've sold a bunch of tickets already, so we really want to see as many of you there as possible. There will be a special guest.
A special guest.
A special guest will be coming that night.
Yeah, I'm lining up a special guest. Well, we both are.
Yes.
We're both lining up
and it is a very exciting guest that, they're hard to get.
Oh, yeah.
So, think of this podcast and think of, some of the people that me and Sam might know and get.
Yeah.
They could be coming.
Yeah, that's right.
That's a teaser. But yeah.
Wouldn't that be? Oh.
No, are you excited about it?
I'm super excited about the live show. Because last time was so fun.
Yeah.
I feel like it's going to be equal/more fun.
Well, we had really good reviews for the first one, which at first I just thought, no one's going to give you bad reviews to your face. But it does seem like the good reviews have continued. Like, no one's retrospectively been like, oh, that wasn't that good.
Oh, well, that would also be strange. If someone said, I remember saying I liked it to your face, but
now I don't.
Now a few months later, I'm like, I didn't like it.
Yeah.
I didn't like it. I don't like you made me do that.
But I think it'll be really fun. Like, it's a Friday night, week before Christmas. Everything will be chill.
Vibes be high.
I might even wear a Santa hat.
I know. I'm thinking. I'm not sure if I'm going to go Harry Potter themed outfit or Christmas outfit.
Well, you could do a combination.
Combination of both.
Wear the Molly Weasley's Christmas sweaters.
That would be great, but it'll be very hot.
It will be hot. Yeah, it's a shame.
That would be nice.
Yeah.
Well,
It could be a cooler night on the night.
It could be. By chance.
Friday, December 15th. We're super excited, and tickets again. Radiomike.com.au/tickets. If you're a Patreon supporter, you get 50% off tickets. So if you want to just jump on the Patreon for a month just to get the cheaper tickets.
Jeez, that's smart.
It's a smart idea.
Did you just think of that?
Yeah.
And you're like, oh shit, that's a loophole.
No, just do it. I don't care.
So, yeah, I think last time we obviously had the chapter. We had a few other fun things. We had a bit of trivia. We had
a song. You did a song.
We'll have a few little special things.
Yep.
I want to get you to, although maybe this is an off-air chat.
Yeah.
Oh, you to do, because you did say earlier that you were like, oh, I could probably do like an hour's worth of Harry Potter stand-up.
Yeah, and I have been brainstorming an idea at the Comedy Fest to just do a show called 1 hour of Harry Potter related stand-up comedy.
Well, maybe we should get you to do a tight 5.
Maybe,
or tight 2.
Yeah, maybe. I was speaking to, just before I was at the cafe. Now, last week I talked about my new cafe. Obviously, we've left Artie and Tom, our good friends.
Yeah.
But
I remember listening to this last time and thinking, if someone has just heard us say Artie and Tom, they don't. Artie and Tom from Mike's last cafe. Yeah. Artie was the owner who Mike broke their magnets and Mike tried to use their FPOS machine.
I would punch in my own fee into the FPOS machine.
Which was just, And so Artie actually did not like that, I don't think.
But Holly, new barista.
Yep.
She mentioned she might be at the live show.
Amazing.
I told her not to come.
You can't tell people not to come. I think Mike, please come because I feel like
please come.
Not to say please. I usually wouldn't beg, but because I know that Mike's out there telling people, oh nah, maybe don't come.
It's not often that
maybe don't.
It's not often you wouldn't have Paul McCartney was just in Australia.
Yeah.
You wouldn't have someone famous from a show being like, "Oh, Paul, I'm gonna come to your show." Oh no, don't come. It's not
Don't
good.
come. I don't know what's his voice.
Oh, I don't know. I was about to do Jonah.
Who's the one that talks like this?
That's John. Paul's a bit more like, don't come to my show. I don't know. I can't really do it.
John, don't come to my show.
Yeah.
Because I'm dead. But you listen to my last song?
Hey, I will say a few people message me saying they don't know anyone that listens to the pod and they don't like necessarily want to come by themselves. Come by yourself. There is a ticket option to bring a friend and you get a discount on the 2 tickets. But if you just want to come by yourself, just come. Me and Sam were just wandering around before the show and I introduced myself to a few people and we hung out after. So
100%.
Just come, grab a ticket.
Yeah,
We'd love to see
come.
you. Just let us know you're by yourself.
And there were lots of people who were fans that came by themselves last time that then became friends.
Yeah. Meet some friends.
Friends became lovers.
Lovers became enemies.
Enemies
became murderers. And that's why there's an ongoing trial about the last live show. But that won't happen again.
We hope.
We hope. But some people are very passionate.
I should note that sometimes if you hear some background coughing...
is that you coughing?
It is. It's because I've caught a new Pokemon. But since we did the podcast last time, I fell ill almost immediately. And I don't know if it was a reaction to the podcast itself.
It was your body saying, Sam, stop doing this show.
Yeah. So I've gone through I've been in the hospital wing / in a coma. I think I was at the...
Wait, were you in the actual hospital?
No.
Madam Pomfrey taking care of you.
But I was like so sick for a few days and then I've had my recovery days and then this is like my first outing.
Actually, because your partner is a doctor.
Yeah.
Does that mean when you're sick, does she just diagnose you or do you have to go to a doctor?
I mean, you're meant to, but she was kind of like, she did say, she's like, oh, you can we can get you officially, you can get you, write you a script and get you a swab or whatever.
Yeah.
But like the treatment, anyway. But she was like, I have people that are sicker than you that are presenting to hospital.
Yeah. Can I ask, could Mel...
less sick. People who are less sick than me come to the hospital.
Yeah. Because people go to emergency for all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
Could Mel at your house do surgery on you? Or does it...
No.
Okay. I don't know. I'm just asking.
She's not a surgeon anyway. But so that's one thing. She's not a surgeon.
Okay, but if she was a surgeon...
I don't believe so. You need a lot of tools.
Could a vet do surgery on their own pet?
I guess so.
Could have, yeah, okay.
But you'd rather do it at work when, there's you got the room with all the blood.
With all the injections and stuff.
Blood on the ground.
Let us know if you know the answer to that question. You feeling a bit better?
Yeah.
Great to see you.
And great to be back. And we need to tie up. We do need to tie up a few things.
Yeah. So
we've really gone into it. We've started this podcast pretty chill.
Yeah, I will say there was a 1-star review on Apple Podcasts
since last week
where the person said, I don't have it exactly, but you guys can all look it up. It was like, love this podcast, but just get into it quicker.
You're joking.
I'm not.
Why didn't you tell? Why didn't you tell me this beforehand?
Oh, sorry. But again, it's our podcast. We do whatever we want. Sorry,
wow.
guys. But another thing to follow up on is it the...
Well, let's say 3 weeks ago, 3 episodes ago.
Yeah.
We had our mate who wrote in.
Yes. Whether he was a hat person or not. Yes. And then I will say we guessed he was a hat person.
Yeah.
He has confirmed he is a big hat person.
Oh,
he
great.
has a collection of hats.
Amazing.
So thanks again. Send in your hat or no hat pictures.
Yeah. And then last week, this is so dumb of both of us. Last week, I rocked up to Mike's studio wearing a hat.
Yeah. Which he's never done.
Which I've never done.
And
so I was I made sure I remembered this hat. And like I was getting out of the car, I was like, oh no, I've got to get the hat.
Yeah. And Sam walked in and I obviously saw that he was wearing a hat.
So interestingly, Mike did notice straight away.
Yeah, but I didn't say anything. And we were both kind of like smirking and looking at each other being like, and you were like, what? And I'm like, nothing. And then...
Not weird. And then I took it off.
And then we forgot to talk about that.
And then we started the podcast and we completely forgot to bring up. Because then as soon as I went to leave, I turned around, picked my hat up and gone, oh, for fuck's sake.
Yeah. So
we didn't talk about the hat.
I will say, and this is, coming off the back of that chat we had about hat people, like It definitely is a shock seeing someone in a hat that's not normally a hat person. And I did notice it immediately.
Yeah.
That being said, I thought you looked good in it, but it just stood out to me. I was like, oh, Sam's in a hat.
Interesting. Okay. So now the next step is then to strangers.
Yeah.
And, well, we've kind of picked that up.
Actually, yesterday was a public holiday in Melbourne, and me and Claire went for a walk in the morning. And before we left, and she, I don't think, has listened to this pod for a long time for good reason, but she put on a hat. And she was like, oh, I'm just going to get my hat. She put on a hat. And I looked at her, and I got to say, like, immediately I was like, oh, this is so jarring. You're not a hat person.
Yeah.
And she was like, oh, does my hat look silly? And I was like, no. It doesn't look silly. It's just you're not a hat person.
Yeah, she doesn't usually wear hats.
She doesn't usually wear a hat. Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
So
but she looks good in the hat.
She looks fine in the hat, but it just like took me by surprise.
Yeah.
It's a very jarring moment.
And did she wear the hat? Did she continue to wear the hat?
She continued to wear the hat. It was a hot
Shit.
day. It's getting hot here in Melbourne. Anyway, that's all the non-Harry Potter related stuff. I've got one thing to bring that's related to Harry Potter, if I can.
Yeah.
I've done a bit of prep this week.
What about my thing that's got no prep? Can I show
Okay,
that
yeah,
first?
you do that first.
It was just something I sent you, and you said, "Please do this on the show," but I don't know how to.
So what is it?
It's
Yeah. So this is
Dumbledore to Hagrid.
Well, I'll put it this way, right? Basically, Hagrid picks up Harry Potter from like when he was a baby, brings him to Privet Drive. All of this stuff Hagrid's done, and Dumbledore really trusts him, and trusts him so much that Dumbledore sends Hagrid to bring Harry into the wizarding world, to pick him up from the Dursleys, to bring him into Diagon Alley, to get all these school supplies. And then this is a meme that Sam sent me, which is like a hypothetical conversation between Dumbledore and Hagrid.
So Dumbledore, speaking of Hagrid, now, did you make sure to tell Harry how to get through the barrier at platform 9 3/4?
Yeah, I did, I think. Let me think. Yeah. Yeah. I did. Yeah, I did, I think.
So, like, I think it's just funny because, like...
Yeah, I did.
You're so right.
I did, I think. Yeah.
No, I would have. Yeah, I must have.
I'm sure. Yeah.
Like...
It'd be weird if I didn't mention it.
Of all the things Hagrid could forget, like possibly the most important thing, which is to tell Harry how to fucking get onto the platform.
That point is the transition between the Muggle world and the magic world.
And I guess Hagrid is just so dopey even at that point that he like just forgets that Harry doesn't know. And in the movie, he just hands him the ticket and goes, stick to your ticket, don't lose your ticket, and walks away.
Where does Hagrid go?
He just walks off, I guess, to get a drink at the Leaky Cauldron or something. But in the book, the Dursleys drop him off to King's Cross.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
And it says they're walking away all laughing at him because there's no platform 9 3/4. I just feel so bad for Harry.
Did they wait around, do you reckon? Or they just went home?
They just walked off. It says they walked off laughing at Harry, which is horrible to think about.
Oh my gosh. Wow.
I've got something to bring.
Oh yeah, you've got something. Yeah.
I've started listening to this. I love this YouTube channel called Super Carlin Brothers. They do a lot of Harry Potter based content, and they
mention them.
Have the research they do on Harry Potter theories and stuff is amazing. Go check out their videos. I love them. They've recently started a podcast called Through the Griffin Door, which I highly recommend, where they do
not too much though.
No, not too much, but they do chapter by chapter, like in-depth analysis of Harry Potter. It's really interesting. But I have noticed there's a few things that sound peculiarly similar to things we've said on this podcast. And I think, like, obviously they're a much bigger channel to us. They have like millions of subscribers.
Well, how many do we have? Surely
close to a million, but not as close as them. I just noticed like this. I'm taking pride in this, that the things we're talking about are talked about by people who I really respect in the Harry Potter podcast world. Yeah. Because I think we have had, at least the first part of this, we have definitely said this exact thing.
Wow.
I'll just get the headphones so you can actually hear it, Sam. So just pop these on.
Oh, okay. Jeez,
there's a lot of preparation here. I just think
whoa, it's really loud in my headphones.
At least the first part of this, we have had this exact conversation. Ready?
It's surprising to me that Dumbledore can't figure out it's a basilisk, you know? This especially because it has happened he's had 50 years to think about it.
Yes.
You know, why doesn't Dumbledore ask Myrtle anything?
Yeah.
How has no one asked Myrtle how she died? In this exact chapter, the same thing happens where they're talking to Nearly Headless Nick, and Seamus asks Nearly Headless Nick, how did he get covered in blood, about the Bloody Baron? And Nearly Headless Nick says, I've never asked. Are you kidding me, Nick? Are you kidding me? You haven't asked the Bloody Baron how he died in the last 1,000 years? Because that's ridiculous if you ask me.
Oh, that's great.
It is a gaping plot hole that because ghosts kind of give an inconvenient thing for an author where, like, usually in fiction, I guess, when someone dies, all the information is gone, right? So you have to solve the murder.
Yeah.
Whereas in Myrtle's case, she's still there and has all the information.
It's like, is that basilisk? What?
Like, Dumbledore just does no investigation, clearly.
That's where a student died at your school.
And no one, like, they could have pretty easily figured out it was a basilisk if Hermione could. But yeah, I really enjoyed
we have
hearing
said that. We've said that exact same.
We have said that, yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Do they talk about how there should be a character that's just a giant piano? Because I'm sure that drops from the ceiling then.
Piano jokes.
Yeah.
Hey, should we get into the fanfic?
Let's do it.
I'll grab the iPad.
Lest we
Where is the iPad?
I don't know. I don't
Get it.
live
You
here.
keep talking.
I was going to say we should get into it, lest we receive the scorn of the Apple podcaster who gave us 1 star for not getting straight into it. Which...
Do you want me to actually get the review up just so I can read it verbatim?
Well... I don't know. It's going to be hurtful.
Let's leave it.
I don't want to go... Well, I don't want to say anything too bad because they might be 13 years old again.
Hey, Sam, we pick up the action off the back of the last chapter. I think we had the party for Cheeseman Damo to celebrate his defeat of the Cumentors.
Yeah.
And... the boys wanted him to teach them the Expecto Patrocum spell to help defend them. And I think Dimmy had a phone call with his assistant, Betty, because he's been cast in the new Adam Sandler film.
Yes.
And Simon Cowell was there with Piano Jones in the last chapter.
Are you taking this seriously or not?
You're going to be massive. You can't be here.
Yeah.
You've got to be training.
Or and then Dimmy's dad was having George Bush over for dinner.
That's right. Yes.
Yeah.
Good times.
Great times.
So I guess we pick up the action at chapter 26. Sam, we always start by reading the title of the chapter.
We do, but even before that, we always start with a reminder to get tickets to the live show.
Yes, at radiomike.com.au/tickets or link in my Instagram bio. Come to the live show, guys. We'd love to see us do this live.
And here we are about to get into the podcast, only however many minutes in. So
27, I think.
So yeah, how about that, guy? Anyway, I don't take these reviews to heart.
No,
I've never have.
No,
I never have, and I never will, and I never remember them all and talk about them later.
Well, we pick it up at chapter 26. Sam, please take it away.
Chapter 26. The Gooey Elephant.
Ooh. Oh, that's right. We did a poll on Spotify if people do the ooze alongside with us.
Yeah.
It was about 50-50, which is where you'd expect it to be.
It is.
Someone also said in the Spotify comments, because you can comment on Spotify now,
Love it.
They said that last week's episode they thought was one of the funniest episodes of all time between I think the Simon Cowell Piano Jones thing, Dimmy's called his manager, and Harry playing Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban and cranking the volume up.
Oh,
so
that was
really
very
happy
funny,
to hear
actually. I didn't
that.
really listen to that. Okay, well that's good.
Yeah.
I feel like we need to we're bringing up the 1 star. We need to bring up this as well, just because I was like, oh, this she-read podcast. No.
As always, leave a comment and a rating on Spotify, guys. Please do. The Gooey Elephant seems a bit out of left field.
I just can already guess why it'll be gooey.
Okay.
I think that's
Okay.
Right. The next day, as promised, the boys made their way to Cheeseman Damo's office to learn how to cast Sexpecto Patrocum in case of another Cumentor attack.
And wasn't there the big thing at the end of the chapter where Cheeseman Damo went a bit loopy and was like, 9 a.m. sharp.
Yeah.
Come whenever. I'm not busy. I have few errands tomorrow.
I've got appointments.
Yeah.
But come whenever.
Come whenever. Don't be late.
Okay, so it doesn't even say what time, but it says as promised. A few students asked if they could come too, because they were genuinely scared of the Cumentors and wanted to learn how to defend against them. But they weren't relevant to the plot, so they weren't able to join. They just have to die. Oh, but that's a good point.
Yeah, like I guess in like Prisoner of Azkaban, when Harry's learning to cast the Patronus, why doesn't he just teach all the students that?
Yeah.
Like, why is he just exclusively teaching Harry? It's
Like,
like,
it's actually quite useful.
Yeah.
If anyone wants some extra after class, lessons,
Yeah.
you can all join in.
because
No?
it is weird a teacher doing private classes for just one student.
Yeah, private tutoring, unpaid.
Unpaid. Just like, hey guys, I've noticed there's a lot of Dementors around. A lot of you are feeling scared. Don't worry. I'm going to dedicate a few lessons to just Expecto Patronum and you can all learn how to do it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ridiculous.
No, that's the wrong one, mate. They learned that last year. No, they didn't. That's the same year. Same year. Okay. Welcome, boys. I understand it. Oh, yeah, this is Cheeseman Damo. I've forgotten how to read him.
He's changed a lot this book.
Welcome, boys. I hope you're here to learn I understand you're here to learn the Patrocum charm for protection against Cumentors, Cheeseman asked while playing with a piece of pie.
What? That makes me think of American Pie.
Yeah. Oh,
Like-
okay, yeah. Yeah, we spoke to you about it last chapter, Luke said. It's a difficult spell to master, but you will get there. ... Cheeseman said. Okay, said the boys.
It's also funny that he says,
You will get there.
I understand you're here to learn. Like, it's like, yeah, we literally just spoke to you yesterday.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, that's why that confused me, that sentence.
why?
Because because it says you're here, HEAR.
Ah, it should
So
be.
I was like, I hear you're here to learn. Oh no, I understand you're here to. Yeah, fuck,
yeah, okay.
All right.
All right.
Okay, said the boys.
Okay.
Okay. It will require great concentration, Cheeseman said. Okay, we'll start concentrating now. Why don't we start? Said Lockie. That's very funny. Ah, you see, but it requires patience, this charm, Cheeseman responded. The boys waited 4 minutes. Okay, well, why don't you show us now, said Sam. The charm requires silence and focus, my friend, said Cheeseman. Okay, how's this? Whispered Michael. What? Asked Cheeseman.
Well, Sam's got COVID.
You don't. I actually don't. I've tested every day. No, I actually don't. But I realise that laughing does trigger it.
Pick it up from here and run it through because I think
From
it's
here?
funny. Yeah.
Okay, how's this? Whispered Michael. What? Asked Cheeseman. Nothing, said Michael. Shh, Cheeseman said. That is
I love
hilarious.
the like subtle gaslighting in this book.
This is great. The door to the office burst open. Dimmy had come in late and was talking on the phone.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no worries. Yeah, well, Betty, we just got Betty, let me talk for a sec, Betty. Betty, I know Quentin Tarantino wants me in his movie, but I already signed up for Adam Sandler's. Nah, I can't do that to Adam. Yeah, Betty, I understand it's better money, but Betty, listen, okay, Betty, hold on. Okay, yeah, no, 2 seconds.
Dimmy did a gesture like, oh my God, this chick won't fucking shut up to the boys.
Yeah, Betty, just give me Betty. Yeah, Betty. Yeah, I know it's $2 million, but I can't do that to. Oh, what? Say again. Oh, Quentin's up the offer to $3 million. Okay, Betty, you know what, Betty? Betty, hold on a sec. You know what? Get on the phone to Gavin. Yeah, get on the. Yeah, just get it. Betty, I need you to listen to me. Yeah, no, Betty, I understand, but yeah, just get all this over to Gavin. I'm busy. Okay, no, you're okay. Book me in for a massage at 1. Okay, bye, Betty. Yeah, bye. Take yourself out tonight. And then, sorry, just work stuff.
Oh, that is so good. Just while he's walking, they're all ready to learn. And
He's just strolled in.
just wait.
Just wait 1 sec, Betty.
Everyone's just waiting.
And I love that you're kind of imagining Betty on the other side, just being like, well, Quentin's just told you to stream her. You know, like, hey, Betty, just wait a sec.
But is there really a Betty on the other side?
I don't think so.
That's so funny. Dimmy put down his phone, which was actually just a plank of wood. Oh, so there
Okay,
we go.
well, confirmed. What are we doing here?
So good. Cheeseman Damo is going to teach us Sexpecto Patrocum, Derek said. There was a knock on the door. Harold stepped in. Hey, guys, could I be in this chapter? Because we really haven't seen him.
No. And he has popped up a bit in this book just explaining that he's not in the book anymore. Yeah.
Cheeseman Damo stepped forward and whispered to the boys, everyone just completely freeze him out and ignore him. Do not acknowledge him at all and he will just leave. I swear, just do not acknowledge him. Sure enough, 3 hours later, Harold left the room. Wow, worked like a charm.
I just imagine Harold just standing there being like, and then 3 hours, all right, fine, I'll leave.
Fine. You got me. I can wait.
I can wait.
Oh, okay, fine. Anyway, I also, I can't really, that Dimmy, there's been a couple Dimmy things that I've actually enjoyed recently.
Oh, we also did a poll on Spotify.
Yeah.
Who is the best character, the funniest character in the series? Harry Potter, clear front runner.
Wow.
Dimmy, second. Narrator, third.
There was a point, wow. There was a point where you sent me the live update of the poll and it was tied.
It was tied, but it got a lot of votes. So,
Well, thank you everyone for voting and
Piano Jones got a few votes as well. So
great.
it's good for Piano.
Yeah. They need it. In a few years though, Piano Jones will be outstripping them all.
Way out front. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You guys don't know he's going to be
He's so marketable.
they're going to be a star. All right. Boys, the Patrocum charm works in the weirdest of ways. Quite like a clock. It only works if all the cogs turn together. The main and most difficult part of Sexpecto Patrocum is you need to think of the horniest memory of your life. That's why it is sexpecially difficult for students of your age with no sexual experience, of course.
That makes sense.
Yeah, said Cheeseman. This won't be easy, and many of you simply won't get it. But even a small burst of the Patrocum charm can work wonders with a Cumentors. Think of the memory, really harness it, and speak the incantation, Sexpecto Patrocum. Wow. Okay.
Very Professor Lupin-like.
So they're going to have to think of the most sexual things they've done, which is, for many of them will be nothing.
Yeah.
Or probably watching Harry
Jerk off.
Jerk off.
Suck off
Nearly
Nearly
Tickler's
Tickler's
Ned.
Ned. Oh, man.
The boys all raised their wands and thought of their horniest memories, which most of them just thought of boobs they had seen in the past on Google and other websites, including one girl who had really big boobs. Just one.
Just one girl. All the others, just average or small. But one girl just had really big ones.
Sexpecto Patrocum. Nothing. It simply did not work for any of them.
And this feels like, when Professor Lupin's like, what memory did you think about? And Harry's like, first time I rode a broom. And Lupin's like, well, that's not good enough. Not nearly good enough.
You fucking loser.
So what did you guys think of? Just this girl who had really big boobs. Well, that's not good enough. Not nearly good
It
enough.
needs to be way more sexual than that.
It needs to be disgusting.
Yeah.
It needs to be
really big boobs. Really, really big boobs.
too big, in fact.
Yeah. All right. Curious, Professor Damo said. Professor, can you help us? What is it that you think of when you use the charm? Your Patrocum was explosive and made all the Cumentors go away, Derek said. A lot of the dialogue in these books has ... at the end of every sentence. But I don't know why.
It's a lot of ...
They went away.
Just use a full stop.
Yeah. What?
Do you think it's funny how, is it confusing that, actually, no, I'm not going to go there. I'll go there. Is it confusing that in Australia we call a full stop a full stop?
Yeah.
In America they call it a period.
Right.
Whereas we would call a period like a period. Or at school you would call like a class a period.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What have you got, fourth period?
Yeah. Don't you think that's weird?
Yeah, but they probably...
Do Americans call it a full stop or just a period?
Oh, would basically, is it confusing for them? Would they know what a full stop is?
That's why I wanted to clear it up. Yeah. A full stop is a little dot at the end of a sentence. And it's named because it's a full stop of the sentence.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
One of my earliest memories is being in prep and like practicing using learning about full stops for the first time. And I was writing a sentence and they were like, oh, whenever they taught us like full stop is when you stop and take a breath. So I just put a full stop in the middle of a sentence. And
Whenever you'd be breathing.
I think it was after the word was. So it was like, Jared was, full stop, at the zoo. Sorry.
I feel like I wish I had a button for that. That is so funny.
Yeah, that's one of my earliest memories. Crazy. And I've been using full stops ever since. Clearly wrong.
That's great. Because you as a kid going, well, I breathed, so...
Yeah, it was literally that.
And do you know, if you put two full stops next to each other, they look like two small boobs?
I guess so, yeah. Probably more like nipples.
Yeah.
But anyway.
So they've asked... I just thought to get back into the story. So they've asked, what does Cheeseman Damo think of?
Yeah.
What do I think of? Said Cheeseman. Did I stutter? Said Derek. It's very
wow, that's
Derek.
aggressive, yeah.
Well, I suppose you could say I think of love.
Oh.
Of loving someone so much and wanting to hold them so tight and knowing that no matter what happened, you would be willing to do anything for that person because you simply love them so much.
Wow.
And they are such an integral part of you.
I love this.
You love them so much, you'd run through fire. You'd live them so much that you'd crawl through broken glass and vomit. Oh. You love them like Snape loved Lily. You love them so much that if the government said everyone has to name the person they love most, you would name them. The government. But no matter what, you just know that you can't be with them. That even if you did crawl through broken glass and vomit and run through fire and kill a zebra or burn alive on the sun, you can't love them. And that longing and yearning and lust builds and builds and builds until you simply can't. Expecto Patrocum!
It's supposed to be Sexpecto Patrocum.
It does
It
say
just says Expecto
Yeah, it does just say
Patrocum.
that. And then Cheeseman Damo fell to the floor orgasming.
That's interesting.
So-
Does it say orgasm? Yeah, it does.
So he said the most sexual experience, and then his is not sexual.
His is
really.
like he just like this, but I think it's like the build up of like not being able to have sex with the person that he loves.
Yeah.
Which feels interesting.
Yep.
Like, I don't know. That's I think there's just so much sexual energy pent up.
Wow.
Because he can't release it, that it just comes out through the charm.
That's
Comes out.
yeah, that's pretty gross.
It is.
But we read the text, we honor the text as it is.
Yes.
Yeah, and okay, great.
Yeah.
And he kind of seemed to, while he was thinking about it, he just unexpectedly had
Patronumed.
to. He
Unexpecto Patronumed.
Yes. Premature.
Patrocumed.
Prematurely Patrocumed.
Yes. Which is normal, guys. Sometimes
so
it
normal.
just happens. You just get too excited.
Yeah.
And it just floods out.
You're great,
Yeah.
whoever you are. Cheeseman Damo
I
felt-
remember when... No, I can't say that. I'll say it. I remember when I was 14.
Oh, no.
Like in year 8.
Yeah.
I used to think that every time you like wanked, I thought you had a finite amount of sperm or like cum. So like every time you wank, your balls get a little bit smaller. And I used to like get paranoid that my balls were like getting smaller and stuff, that I like would stop wanking. Because I'd like be in the shower and be like, oh my God, they're definitely smaller than yesterday.
Oh, no.
I'm running out. I'm running out of sperm.
No, that's not right.
I know it's not right now.
And then, like, wouldn't you then think that other people going around with these like tiny, full stop sized balls?
Yeah.
That's
Because I
so-
guess all old men would eventually just like have no balls because they've run out of all
Yeah.
their cum.
Yeah.
But it's not at all how
That's
it
not
works.
how it works.
No. But I thought that.
How did you even come to the conclusion that that was not true anymore? Or because you kept wanking, you're like, okay, I've still got balls.
Yeah, I think
That's probably it. Like, I think they're still here.
I think I just realized at the rate I was wanking, they must have been How are they not gone?
Yeah. Oh, far out. It's so gross and so funny.
Yeah.
All right.
Anyway, there's a little story for
Yeah.
you.
Yeah. I'm glad you said it. So Cheeseman Damo fell to the floor orgasming and out from his wand emerged a gooey figure of an animal.
Oh,
It was
so it's
sha-
like a Patronus.
Yeah.
It's a Patrocum.
It was shaped as an elephant, which reminded the boys of Elefunk, the album by the Black Eyed Peas that Mr. Charge and Clannish Kimjiri liked in the second year, as well as Monkey Business, the follow-up album.
Was Monkey Business after Elefunk? Yeah, it was. It was.
I don't know.
I do.
I do not know.
Yeah, interesting.
Okay. The elephant galloped around the room.
Do elephants gallop?
They can.
Can they?
Well, they can go. They're not always just walking. I reckon they can run.
Yeah, but galloping is different to running.
But I think that's how they would. Oh, so I'm just trying to.
They can't hear you
Sorry,
pretending
I'm
to
trying to gallop.
Yeah,
I
okay.
think-
It's galloping around the room. It's like a friendly elephant, like Pooh's Heffalump elephant.
Yeah. Or Dumbo.
Or Baba.
Or
Let's name all the fictional
Stampy.
elephants. Stampy, he's not a friendly elephant though.
No.
What are some other fictional elephants, guys?
Yeah, right in.
who
Who
have we missed?
is it the patchworked elephant from that book, children's book?
Oh, I'm not familiar with that. Is there an elephant in The Wizard of Oz?
I don't know. I don't think so.
Okay. But you would think Oz, the place in The Wizard of Oz, would have elephants.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. There's also Donphan, the elephant Pokemon from Pokemon Silver
yeah.
version. Yeah. Who have we missed?
Yeah.
Let us know who we've missed.
I'm pretty sure there's a movie with Robert Pattinson where he's in the circus and there's an elephant.
But is that a fictional elephant?
I guess
I
not.
guess it is just by the fact that it's in a movie. Dumbo, the live action version by Tim Burton, because there's obviously Dumbo, the Disney animated one, but then they made a live action Dumbo.
All right, we'll come back to that. So
Park
right
that.
in.
Yeah, we'll pause on the elephants. There must be elephants in The Lion King. There must have been.
Yeah, but
yeah.
there is
But not real speaking roles.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
They do help him in I Just Can't Wait to Be King.
They help him,
kind of-
yeah. Yes. So there are a few fictional elephants out there.
They definitely are. And I think we weren't going to deny that.
Now let's do fictional. No, just joking.
The elephant galloped around the room. It was gooey and white and transparent and shot gooey water from its gooey trunk.
So I think,
Okay.
Patronuses obviously are like a luminescent light kind of figures, but it feels like Patrocums are like gooey cum animals.
Yeah, but
you
still
could have
somewhat
guessed.
transparent. Yeah.
Yes.
Maybe like Patronuses, very powerful Patrocums took the shape of an animal. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think that's what. Boys, I've gone too early and now I must rest. Wow.
Which we've all said.
Yeah. I must go to sleep immediately, this guy said. He walked out. This is a Cheeseman Damo. He walked out of the room and farted on the way out. He then walked back in. Oh, get out of my office. I thought you would leave after I left. You're just hanging out in there? Oh, no, well, get out. That's so funny. You didn't give us any time to leave. You literally just walked out and walked back in. We didn't know what to do, asked Rob. Asked Rob?
Rob, yeah.
Well, yeah, I sleep in here, so you need to leave.
I guess do the Hogwarts teachers sleep in their offices? Where do they sleep?
I don't know.
There's no
Do they go home? They can't.
they can't unless they flew powder home every night
Dorm? Is there a dormitory for all
for
the
teachers. McGonagall and Snape staying up all night
Yeah.
playing exploding Snap.
Yeah.
Go to bed. We've got class tomorrow.
Nah.
Dumbledore, shut up, Dumbledore. Come on.
You're not our boss right
What
now.
happened to the old Dumbledore who would stay up all night telling scary stories?
Yeah. Have lemon sherbets and...
Because Hagrid has a heart. He has a
Yeah.
whole house. Do you reckon Snape sometimes is like, hey, Dumbledore, come on. Why does Hagrid get a house and
Yeah.
I have to sleep in the back of my office?
Seriously, where do they sleep?
Yeah. It's never explained.
I'm actually gobsmacked by that. We've never kind of...
Never been there. We have to open that up.
Yeah, well-
so it's that and fictional elephants. We've got to.
But also in this book, Cheeseman Damo's office used to be off Harry's office. Now it's obviously a different room. Remember?
But I think he's got a new job now.
Oh, that's right,
Yeah,
yeah.
that kind of makes sense.
Okay. But the gooey elephant... I sleep in here, so you need to leave. But the gooey elephant blocked the door and looked at Professor Damo. Professor Damo, Derek began, you and Mr. Charger and clownish Kimjiri, all of them, Boris, you were all friends at school, but they all became evil. Why were you friends? Well, boys, you see, the thing about that is, he looked around nervously. Look, please understand, sometimes good people do bad things. Sometimes bad people do good things. The world isn't black and white, like that Michael Jackson song. God damn it, he makes catchy songs. And that's true.
It don't matter if you're black or white. You can be my brother. It don't matter if you're black or white. But it's not that, according to Damo.
Oh, right.
It's not black or white.
I don't know why I got onto Michael Jackson TikTok last night.
Oh.
Yesterday.
Yeah.
And there was a bit about a lot of people saying Michael Jackson's real voice, that his voice isn't actually, hello, that's right up here. Hey. And there's
Hey, guys, thanks for listening
There's either a
to music.
speech or there's a performance, where he's like, hey. Hey. And there's a lot of
I believe that.
Yeah.
Like, there was some theatrics to it.
And there's they got Pharrell and someone else. They're all like, oh yeah, his voice was deep. Just so funny.
That's crazy.
Or they speak to him on the phone, like, hey, it's Michael. What? Yeah, it's Michael. But not the voice. Yeah, anyway. So
It's crazy.
I don't know what that means.
Well,
it just means that he put on the high voice.
Yeah. Which I guess is maybe, just part of his brand was like, hey, maybe people will like me more if I talk like this.
Yeah. But
As opposed to like this.
yeah. And so anyway, had a lower voice.
Is that a conspiracy theory?
I think it is.
That Do you think Michael Jackson faked his own death?
No.
I think he might have. There's this video of these. I mean, I think it's fake, but there's this video of this guy who's just like out on the street, and someone who looks a lot like Michael Jackson comes walking out of a building surrounded by security, and then when he sees that someone's filming him, all the security cover him up and block the camera. Yeah.
Yeah. I think it'd be more if he really had faked his death, then he'd be more subtle than that. He wouldn't have security around him.
True. That's actually true. Do you think it's possible in 2023 for a celebrity to fake their own death? I don't.
Nah.
Because we'd just be able... You just know.
Yeah.
You can't... Unless you completely surgically change your entire face, everyone would just clearly... there would be evidence of you still being alive.
Yeah.
All right, let's keep moving.
All right, let's get... Wait. Sorry. But you were friends with all of them. Kim Jerry, Vladek, and then Vladek murdered poor Jordan Borden. And Derek began, and you stopped being friends with them after that. Cheeseman began looking at the gooey elephant that was his Patrocum. It looked like its trunk was about to burst and shoot water out. Yeah, I stopped being friends with them. And, well, yeah, Vladek did do that. Yeah, he killed them and, yeah, it was bad. I don't know what this sentence is meant to be, but Cheeseman Damo looked conflicted and like he was about to explode when suddenly the gooey elephant roared an elephant sound and erupted from its trunk what appeared to be Cheeseman Damo's memories of the night his school friends were murdered.
Ooh, what's the next chapter title?
So that's the end of the chapter.
That's the end of the chappy. Wow.
So we're about to see the memories.
We're about to go into the memories.
But so it's a Patrocum, but it also
Is pensive.
It's also
qualities.
pensive.
Well, maybe they're just sexual memories. Wow.
The next chapter. Oh wow. Yep.
Wow.
I like how you've done that. You didn't include the.
Yeah. I've censored it out. Wow.
Okay.
So that's it. What is the core
What is this book?
thing of this book? It's that it's that we're not sure if Cheeseman Damo is good or not. That feels like...
Yeah.
And then Mr. Charger is... Because he's working with Mr. Charger as Monsieur Charger. And... Yeah.
Oh, but he saved them. But is he saving them? Is he a double agent, triple agent?
We don't know. And then Vladek, we haven't heard from him. But the last time, I don't know if it was Jackie on that chapter where Harry saw Vladek in Hogsmeade talking to someone. And then later, when he was walking back to Hogwarts, Cheeseman Damo was behind him. Like walking behind him. So
Gosh.
anyway, lots happening.
We'll figure it out. By the time the live show, we'll figure it out and get your theories ready and
Get your fan theories ready. Thank you so much for coming in despite being sick. Live show though, radiomike.com.au /tickets to get your tickets.
Yeah.
It's going to be a blast.
I'm actually pretty excited.
What's the poll for this week? The poll for Spotify. Should we have done the fictional elephants chat? Yes or no?
Yes or no? Or did you? No.
Or let's do is Cheeseman Damo good or bad?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do that. And then leave your comments on Spotify.
That's a good one.
Grab your tickets. We can't wait to see you. And I think that's it from me. Is that it from you?
I mean, if it's it from you, that's it from me. I don't stick around after this.
Yeah, true. All right. Well, goodbye, amores.
So there's Dumbo. I mean, Dumbo's mum. I mean,
Yeah, Dumbo must have. I mean, we have to add the mums of all of them, I guess. We'll bring it back next week. Yeah.